Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my Inbox 18 video. I'm just going to show a new vinyl this time, and these were all bought in the past month or so. I did a video, it must have been around October or November, I can't even remember, it might even be further back than that, showing my Ian Hunter and Mott the Hoople collection. And the Island Years Mott the Hoople, they had 4 albums. I showed 3 CDs and one rather battered up copy of Brain Capers. Now I'll give you all a piece of advice: don't drink and order records at the same time, because not that you regret it, but your wallet regrets it. And there was one Saturday night in January I thought, right, I'm going to go for these Island reissues, and rather than buy the 3 and keep my Brain Capers, I went and bought the whole 4, and I'm glad I did actually, because they're absolutely wonderful. So the first one up is their debut, Mott the Hoople. This is a really good album. Backsliding Fearlessly is my favourite song off this. And the thing about these reissues is they come with the original type labels. So whenever that was released, I think it was in 1968, it came with the pink Island label, which I think is really nice. It's not my favourite Island label, but it would be my second favourite. So I bought the whole 4 of them at the same time. See if I can get this in. There we go. The second one, another very strong album, is Mad Shadows, and this features the awesome No Wheels to Ride, and Walking with a Mountain is very good as well. Thunderbump Ram, the Mick Ralph song, very strong album. Yeah, really like this. These Island Years Mott the Hoople are really good, and Steve Whitty will confirm that. So this is No Wheels to Ride, their second album. Then the third album, and this is a much folkier affair, and this is Wildlife. And this is good as well. Now this is mostly more Ralph than it is actually Ian Hunter, although it does feature 2 classic Ian Hunter songs, Original Mixed Up Kids and Waterloo. And there's also a version of Melanie Safka's Lay Down. So a very good album, and this was the first to come in my favourite Island label, which is the Pink Rim. I think that's an absolutely beautiful label. It's one of my favourite labels of all time. So that's Wildlife. I can get this back in. I see, here we go. There we go. And then the fourth one, to make up the set, I thought there's no point in having 3 spanking new ones and then a beat up copy. So I went with, well, probably their best of the Island Years, and that's Brain Capers. And this has got Death May Be Your Santa Claus, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best rock and roll riffs ever. It also has Sweet Angeline, which is a great song, and The Journey. Very strong album. So Mott the Hoople, Brain Capers. I also decided to, a lot of these records are actually not to replace CDs but to upgrade. And also I felt that I didn't have enough Leonard Cohen on vinyl. I've got quite a few of his on CDs, so I bought Songs of Love and Hate, and I really do like this. This is the one with Joan of Arc on it, which I think is an absolutely fantastic song. This was his 3rd album, so I'm glad to add this to the collection. And also, this is the one that gets a lot of slagging, and this is Death of a Ladies Man. Now this is a heck of a lot better than a lot of people let it out to be. The words are by Leonard Cohen and the music is by Phil Spector. It is so un-Leonard Cohen-y, but it is really good. True Love Leaves No Traces is wonderful. Death of a Ladies Man is a great song itself. Memories, Fingerprints is as catchy as you'll get. I really do enjoy this album. I think it's one of his best. It just doesn't sit right with all the other stuff. And the next album he did, which was the one with the guests on it, what's the name of it, with the purple cover? Can't remember. Recent Songs. that went back to the way, you know, he normally recorded with just an acoustic guitar and the odd female backing vocal. But this is a very, very strong album from 1977, I believe. So that's Death of a Ladies Man. I also picked this here up from my local record shop. It was at the start of January and he was having a little bit of a sale. He just says pick an album and I'll give you £10 off it. And so I went for this to have, and this is Sparks Past Tense The Best Of, and this is a 3-album set. I've also got the CD of this, which is even better because it's got a heck of a lot more music on it. But it's really good to have some of the later Sparks stuff on vinyl, like Good Morning, Stick Around, The Rhythm Thief, The Calm Before the Storm. It's a really good representation of Sparks from Wonder Girl in 1972 right up to Edith Piaf from their Hippopotamus album a couple of years ago. So this is Sparks Past Tense The Best Of. Excellent triple album. And to expand my Sparks vinyl, I went for this. It was going quite cheap. I think I got this for about £12 or something. This is FFS, Franz Ferdinand Sparks. And this is a good album as well. It's a double album. Johnny Delusional's on this, which is an absolutely brilliant song. The song Piss Off, excuse me, but that's what it's called. It's okay, it's not bad. It was one of the singles. Call Girl's good. Police Encounters, Save Me From Myself is really good, as collaborations don't work, which is actually very witty considering it's a collaboration between Sparks and Franz Ferdinand. So this is good to have in the collection as well. FFS. Okay, next up, I bought this at a record fair and I wasn't going to buy it because I didn't think it would be that good. I'm a huge fan of this guy, but this took me by surprise. This is an absolutely excellent album, and this is Ray Davies, Americana, and this is his best work since probably mid-70s Kinks. You know, I mean, it really is that good. He's got a second one out which I haven't heard, which I am going to buy, but I'm going to live with this one for a wee while longer before I pull the trigger on the other one. Double album, really good. Americana is a good song. The Great Highway and The Invaders are brilliant. It is very Kinksy. It's nothing like the Kinks in their stadium rock days. This is going back. This is more similar to around the Muswell Hillbilly times, and it's a really, really good album. I had never heard it before. I didn't have it in CD, and whenever I picked it up, I really wasn't two minds, but by God, I'm glad I did. It's a really strong album. So that's Americana by Ray Davies. This one here, I do have some CDs by this band, and this double greatest hits album came out, and I thought, yeah, I'll go for it. And this is Supergrass, and this is, what do you call this again? The Strange Ones, 1994 to 2008. Yeah, this is really good. It actually starts off at 2008 on side 1 and goes the whole way backwards to 1994, which I'm not keen on. Normally with compilation albums, I don't like them to be in chronological order, either way, going up or going down. I like them all to be mixed because I think it always gives a better listen. But this is really strong. It's got Alright on it, Lenny, Caught by the Fuzz, Sun Hits the Sky, Richard III, Mary, the brilliant Seen the Light, and what's the one that sounds like Pumping on Your Stereo is the one that sounds a bit like David Bowie. Seen the Light sounds a bit like Mark Bolan. But surprisingly it doesn't have the big hit single Going Out, which is a shame, but it's still an excellent album, taking in some tracks from all their albums. So this is Supergrass, Strange Ones. Strange Ones, is it? Yeah, The Strange Ones. So Supergrass, this is only released a couple of weeks ago. Excellent album. This here is like a 12-inch single, and it's Paloma Faith. It's the Zeitgeist EP, and it goes alongside her album The Architect. When the Architect album was reissued, the way she's a habit of doing is bringing it out 6 months later with an extra few songs on it. This EP features those extra few songs, and it is very good. I would have preferred it to have been black vinyl with a cover, but it does feature Make Your Own Kind of Music, which I think is a great song. So that's Paloma Faith and the Zeitgeist EP. And by the way, that's just a little bit of cardboard I put in the back just to keep it sturdy. Two more, and I picked this up, and this is Three Chords Good by Graham Parker and the Rimmer, and this is from I think 2012. I always thought this was one of his weakest albums, but I'm changing my mind. I hadn't heard it for ages. I put it on and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It has a fantastic title track, which I've always loved, but as I said before in previous videos, he doesn't make bad albums. You know, they're lesser albums, but they're all very, very good. He's such a great songwriter, and that's Graham Parker and the Rimmer. Three Chords Good. This was actually whenever the Rimmer reformed after so many years, and boy are they older looking, but they're still a great band. And the last of the new vinyl, and this actually completes my Pink Floyd collection, so I got it, and that is The Endless River. And this was another one I was buying just because, for completeness sake, but again I really did enjoy this. It's such an easy listen. Okay, it is like almost background music, but it is so pleasant. I really thought it was excellent, and there's only one song on it as such, and I think that's, is it Louder Than Words, the very last song. But this wasn't a chore to get through, and it's actually quite short for a double album. You know, the time goes very, very quickly, so really enjoyed that. And incidentally, Pink Floyd is the only band I have where all my vinyl, all their studio albums are reissues. I don't have a single 80s issue or an OG copy. They're all reissues, and they all sound great. So Pink Floyd, The Endless River, excellent. Okay, so that there's some of, well, it's all the new vinyl I've acquired since Christmas, quite a bit. I've also acquired quite a bit of second-hand stuff, but I'll probably do that in my next video. Okay, that's me for now. All the best. Bye bye.